I wish there was more time. I wish I could have 24 hours in the day. You know, even though there's 24 hours, it feels like there's only 3. It feels like I wake up and by the end of the day's gone by, blah, blah, blah. If I only had 12 hours being productive, I can make this vision a reality. I really could. It's like, how are you so sure, okay? I wish I could just be more efficient with my time, that I could get things done a lot faster. It's like, dude, if you were more efficient at wasting time, you would grind yourself to a halt, okay? Maybe you don't need to be more efficient. Maybe you don't need more time, because if you were given more time, you might fall off a cliff. Who knows? Your bad habits are so bad to the point that if you didn't have maintenance items, you might dig yourself a hole too big for you to escape, right? So maybe it's a good thing, okay? What you need is a clear vision. And it all comes back to this. I've been thinking about this constantly for the past 90 days, 3 months, okay? Every waking hour, the thought that going through my head, man, if I only had a clear vision. And it doesn't start there, you know? It's like, how can I be more productive today? Well, if I had a clear vision, if I knew what I was moving towards, if I was a little bit more clear, I would know what I'd have to do today so I could be more productive, right? Okay, that one makes sense. Another one, it's like, man, I'm feeling a little bit unfulfilled this week. It's like, goes back to that productivity thing. Maybe I'm not doing the things that will move me towards the vision that I want in life, right? Because I haven't taken the time to figure out what that vision looks like, okay? Another one, it's like, man, I wish I knew if I'm planning out this next month, what I could do that would actually move the needle forward. It's like, get the vision figured out, and then all these things will fall into place, right? Stop trying to figure out how to be more efficient or how to have more time in the day. Instead, figure out what you need to be doing, because there's 1,000 items that need to be done to get you to where you want to go, but that's not that many. You know, if there's a number on it, if you knew how many items it would take to check off to accomplish the vision that you have for yourself, dude, you'd be going, you'd be ecstatic. Could I do 1, 2, 3 of these every single day? If so, I could get this done by the end of the year. I could live out the vision that I have for myself by the end of the year. Well, a lot of you are saying, I don't even know where I want to be in a year. And that's the problem. And I'm falling into this right now. I know some of the things, I have a rough grasp, and this is probably where most people are, right? Complacent, on the edge, on the fence. I know kind of where I want to go. I've got these aspirations, but I don't know the steps that I have to take in order to get there. So I'm going to just try to find time to figure out, how I can start moving towards this thing. And I'm going to watch this motivational video to get me excited and all these different things, and read this book on, how to do real estate 101. That's going to help me a lot. It's like, no. They're pseudo-productive activities, What is productive is doing the necessary actions. Have you done the necessary actions today, or have you sat around all day? If you've sat around all day, it's probably because you don't know what you should be doing. If you have the work ethic, if you know that that's within you, if you know that it's the potential is within you to actually realize this vision that you have for yourself. If you know that, right, you got that gut feeling and you just don't know where to start, you got to figure out where to start. It's a bad excuse to sit around all day and wonder why you're not moving forward in the world if you don't even know where you want to move to, right? If you don't know the destination, how do you expect to get there? And so then figure out the vision. Get super clear on it. So in my life, I want to be a content creator. That's the goal. Because I know that will allow me to create, and that is the core need that I have, right? I'm a creator. I build things. I am always moving around, always doing something, always making stuff, right? I need the resources and the system and the lifestyle that comes with being able to create nonstop, right? I want to be the ultimate creating vehicle, just always doing something, always building, always moving, okay? That's the vision that I have for myself, but that's very broad, that's very abstract. Let's break that down. Well, I love conversations. That's one of the things I like to do. I like to have incredible conversations. That way I can share those, let's say in a podcast form, or even just having them just in general with a friend over the phone just to learn something from them, right? Or even just to do it, just to talk chat. I like doing that too. I like to talk with people, right? So I need to, in this vision that I have for myself, that's one area that I need to have. I need to be able to speak my mind constantly. That's how Daily Thoughts fits into all this, right? I figured that if I want to start speaking fluently with high quality ideas in mind in the future, then I have to have some type of vehicle to start acting on that vision. And that's what this is. So then on top of that, if I want to build out more in this category in my mind that should be dedicated towards conversations, I got to do podcasts, right? So then that's one part of the vision. It's like, okay, what are all the steps that it would take to do the podcast? Got to figure all those things out. That's on a to-do list. Good to go. Start with like just a high level abstract on all these different things, right? Let's figure out, I like talking. That's abstract. Well, then I break it down. I could do a podcast or daily thoughts or several other things, and then break it down even further into daily actions, steps that you could take over the course of one day. Get that clear on the vision to where you could schedule out a month of activities, right? Now do this in all the different categories. Figure out which one's priority, which one is the most important. For me, the podcast is probably the most important, right behind running, because this year I'm running a marathon in all 50 states, the 50 States Marathon Challenge. And so that takes the priority. That is the number one thing in my life right now. The sole responsibility I have is to run a marathon every single weekend for the rest of this year, right? That's a responsibility that I've given myself because that's a category that I believe will move me closer to this vision that I have of being able to create while also having like an incredible physique, right? The Greek physique, that's what I'm calling it. Okay, but anyways, we're getting off track. You build out all these different categories. You break it down into what would have to happen, then into daily actions. Then you create a schedule and prioritize what are the most important things. I'm gonna focus on one of these categories at a time. When you get that one category that you're gonna focus on, right? Figure out all the things that have to happen over the course of a month, space it out or whatever you wanna do. Take steps towards that. And then once you've got that under control, maybe, just maybe, you can throw another one of these areas on top of that, right? Don't ask for more time before you've gotten clear on this vision. Because if you ask for more time and you're given it, right, you're just gonna waste away. Because imagine you had so much time in the day that, like, let's say I gave you 12 hours more today. What would you have done with it? Oh, I don't know. There's so many things I could do. I could do this and that and the other. It's like, no. You gotta know exactly what it is you're gonna do. If I gave you 12 hours today and you didn't know how to spend it, are you kidding me? Then I'm not gonna give it to you, You're gonna stay in that position the rest of your life unless you figure out how to move forward. What are the steps that have to be taken? The necessary actions to move forward. And some of them are a pill to swallow. They're ugly and they're disgusting and you don't want to do it. But those are the necessary actions. If you knew that the dream would come true by doing these things, would you do them? Yes. Well, then you can have that hunch that it's probably true that if I do these, it will come true, the dream I have for myself, right? So then you got to do them. And even if it doesn't, you're getting better at doing difficult things, right? So it is what it is. Suck it up, move forward on the path, and don't ask to be more efficient because you're already inefficient. You're efficient at doing bad things. So instead ask about what are the things I should be doing, get more clear on that and move towards that. That way you can get more efficient in the things that actually matter, right? Because you could get more efficient on the things that don't matter. There are a lot of people that will binge watch a whole series on Netflix the day it is dropped on a Saturday in their, bedroom or wherever it is, eating Cheetos. If you want to be that level of efficient, go ahead, be my guest, right? But if you want to be efficient in a different category, a productive category, you first have to come up with that vision. It all comes back to the vision. So you spend an hour every night for a month there. That's your first step. Get incredibly clear, crystal clear on the vision, and then move forward after that. Once you have that in place, you break it down, you see all the necessary actions, you're gonna be so excited because every action that you take will be productive. It will be building towards a future that you have in mind for yourself, right? Something that you actually want to do in your life. And then that's the ultimate confidence, that you're actually taking steps towards something that matters to you. That's it. Taking steps, so progress, towards something, a goal, that matters to you, fulfillment. Progress towards a goal is fulfillment. That's it. That was good. That was beautiful. That 3-punch. I just came up with that right now. So it's a good one. Why not us?